My name is Harrison Harris, and I am in Mr. Farrar's second period AP Calc AB class. Today, I will be explaining to you the process of linear approximation, and I will be defining it. So what is linear approximation? It is the tangent line to the graph of the function at a point a, f of a, and it is used to give approximate values of the function at nearby points. The function whose graph is the tangent line is called the linearization L of x of f about the point x equals a. Now, after defining the notion of which one is the best approximation, it is shown that L is the best linear approximation of f about x equals a. Now, L can be defined as follows. L of x equals f of a plus f prime of a times x minus a. And therefore, f of x about equals the above equation, since f of x about equals L of x. Now, for the first problem, I wanted to do a book problem, and I did number 43 on page 253. Now, the problem stipulates that f of 1 equals 5, and it gives us the graph of the derivative. It does not give us the graph of the function. It is that of the derivative. Now, it has two parts. For part A, it asks, use linear approximation to estimate f of 0.9 and f of 1.1. And for part B, it asks, are your estimates in part A too large or too small? And please explain. Now, how I went about this problem is the first thing I did is I figured out what A equaled to. Now, A in this problem equals to 1 because 0.9 and 1.1 are the closest to the whole number 1, and it's easier to work with. So f of x about equals to L of x, which equals to f of 1 plus f prime of 1 times x minus 1. So f of 1 equals 5, and I know that because the original question told us what it was. And f prime of 1 equals to 2, and I found that out by looking at the graph. I just went to 1, and then it told me 2. So L of x ends up equaling 3 plus 2x. So what does this mean? It means you can now plug in 0.9 and 1.1 and set it equal to 3 plus 2x. So f of 0.9 about equals to 3 plus 2 times 9/10, which ends up about equaling 4.8. Now f of 1.1 about equals 3 plus 2 times 11/10, which about equals 5.2. Now for part B, from the graph we see that f prime of x is positive and decreasing. So the slope is positive at the whole time. Now this means that f of x would have a positive slope throughout. Therefore, the tangent lines would be above the graph of f of x, meaning that the estimates are too large. Now for a visual, I drew a graph that I thought would possibly look like the original function. Now, as you can see from this graph, its slope is always positive, as the derivative had said earlier. And I just drew the points 0.9, 1, and 1.1. So at 1, 5, that's the point where the function that the question is working with, right? So as you can see, 0.9 and 4.8 and 1.1 and 5.2, they're not on the function itself, they're not on the curve, they are on the tangent line at 0.1, 5. So this, for visual learners, is the main reason why it's called linear approximation, because it's not directly on the graph, on the function f of x, but it is close enough that we can guess, we can approximate, we can estimate. So for the next question, I looked up online a question that had to do with a trigonomic function. And I did this because some people have problems with trig, and it's kind of confusing sometimes, and I wanted to set things straight. So the question asked, use linear approximation to estimate sine pi of 4 plus 0.02. Now this is in radians. So my first step was to identify the function itself. What is the function then? I saw that f of x equals sine of x. That pi over 4 plus 0.02 is equal to x. Now the second step is to derive the function. And I got f prime of x equals cosine x, since the derivative of sine is cosine. For step 3, identify what a is. So what is a? What's the closest whole number that we can work with? And that is pi over 4. It's not a whole number, but it's in radians is an easy number to work with. So a equals pi over 4. So the fourth step is to use linear approximation. Now L of x equals pi over 4 plus f prime of pi over 4 times x minus pi over 4. So f of pi over 4 is equal to sine of pi over 4, which is pi root 2 over 2. F prime of pi over 4 is equal to cosine pi over 4, which is also root 2 over 2. And that is multiplied by pi over 4 plus 0.02 minus pi over 4. The pi over 4's in the parentheses cancel out, and it ends up equaling 51 root 2 over 100, which about equals 0.7212. Therefore, f of pi over 4 plus 0.02 about equals 0.7212. Finally, this is a triangle. Sorry, it's not a triangle. That is a star with a bunch of circles inside, and now it's a pentagon. And it looks pretty, and I did it. Yay. This is my name, so don't steal my work. I mean, it's not the greatest, I know, but it's still mine. Yeah. So, thank you for watching, and finally I'd like to talk about some common mistakes and some sources. You can use the book, excellent source. I got most of my problems from the book. You can also look online, Khan Academy, for example. Dartmouth College has some good examples, some good explanations, and you should just use the Wi-Fi's, use the internets. Those are very good sources. Finally, some people may have difficulties with remembering what L of x equals. Some people have, in math, especially in calculus, there's a lot of equations that you have to memorize, and you might forget that L of x equals f of a plus f prime of a times x minus a. That's primarily the first problem. Maybe sometimes people don't remember how to find a, and really all they have to think about is the closest, easiest number that they can work with. Thank you very much, and have a nice day.